tour of the mission I have been working on for the past while. It's a mission just sort of designed to replicate kind of an insurgency or counterinsurgency in Afghanistan, and kind of have the sort of obstacles and threats that were faced there, kind of replicated. So just what you're seeing now is my staging area. I just kind of threw all this stuff down to kind of make it look nifty as well as functional. These guys standing around are just the slots for players, because if this is currently set up to be played online, not single player. So these are just the areas you gear up. These are toolkits for dealing with IEDs. This is the medical area for getting full back at base healing, because you can't get full proper healing in the field. These are the vehicle staging areas. So I'll just hop in a Hummer to drive around for now. So the only other thing really interesting sort of in the base is just the helicopter supports. Basically, each of the two little fire teams there, this leader can call in a limited number of artillery support, close air support, ignore my bad driving, and helicopter support. So these two helicopters to either side of us are the transport helicopters that can be called in. The rest are just close air support, and as well there are two empty helicopters with playable pilots in case you want to play with air support in addition to the ground units. So now I'm just going to drive outside of the base and kind of see what's up, see what we encounter. Hopefully I will not just immediately drive over an IED, because that will kind of end the tour pretty quickly, but such are the risks in simulated virtual Afghanistan. I always wonder how someone from Afghanistan would feel about the fact that we kind of recreate it in video games to play, but then again I think about how I would feel if someone made a bunch of Canada and was like, look, it's a French insurgency, and I'd be pretty cool with it. I mean, I guess that's nothing's actually happened in my country, so I can't really say that, but so that's a civilian driver. I'm pretty confident it's not a suicide bomber, so I'm just going to drive fast. But if you're actually playing a serious game, you should not just kind of make assumptions like that. I'm just going to do that again here, and again, if I get, oh, that one's empty anyhow. If I get blown up, that's my own damn fault. So there's clearly some gunfire going on in the distance. This is a U.S. Marine checkpoint. You can tell that something spooked these guys. You could hear those clicks, probably. You can see the civilian taking cover, so I'm just going to try and not drive on top of the civilian or on top of these guys. Oh, so that's my vehicle getting shot. That's clearly from up there. So let's return fire just for shits and giggles and kind of see if we can. I have no idea where I'm getting fired from. No idea at all. It's pretty hard to talk over the 50 cal. 50 cal is pretty loud. It looks like they're from up around that ridge, if you kind of look at where the tracers are coming from, but I don't really have a clear shot. I can just do this. I didn't really come out here to fight, but they did shoot at me. So you can hear that the allies over there, they're pretty spooked by that. It doesn't look like they took any casualties. I mean, we're just getting shot from the top of a ridge. I think that they were generally grouped up around where my cursor is now, but I don't know what I'm shooting at. That's not really very disciplined firing. Whatever, let's move on. Let's see where the map is. Oh, so one thing on the map is you see all these red squares. This is the debug on the script I'm using to spawn enemies. This is basically what it looks like, so I can change any of these areas really easily. Any of the red areas is where enemies spawn in, and they despawn when you're kind of far away to save on performance. So you can kind of see these two areas near me. So obviously we were getting shot at from guys up here. Now when you're playing a real mission, obviously these areas won't show up on the map. This is just for, when I'm testing and playing around, I want to kind of be able to quickly remember where guys are at. So, why don't we drive through this way, down to Populous, which actually sounds really fucking Greek to me, but what do I know? wrong road. I meant to take the other road. I'm kind of expecting that there's going to be, you know, IEDs or insurgents along here. This is the less populated area on the map in terms of settlements. This is kind of the more rural. So that could easily be an IED, so let's just try and drive by real fast and see what happens. Didn't hear a boom. Oh, it did go. It went boom. Yeah. See, it's a little delayed. Not enough to hit me, but if I was driving in a convoy, right, the second vehicle would be gone. Which, to my knowledge, is actually how a lot of them work in real life. They won't det instant. But if I was driving slower, that could have easily done some damage. So now I'm coming under fire. Because I have the difficulty settings on low, I can sometimes check on the map and see if it'll give me icons where the enemies are. But it didn't. So here we've got a car coming down at us, so we can just kind of test protocol with dealing with suicide bombers. So kind of when he comes clear of this rock, I'm going to fire some warning shots, basically to say, hey, fuck off. If he's a suicide bomber, he'll ignore them. He's deviating in a funny way. Oh, I took out his tires, so yeah, he stopped. He's getting out. I'm pretty confident that's not a suicide bomber, but you can never tell. You got some movement over there, which could have been those guys firing at us, but it also could be civilians, so you can't just... Well, I mean, you can, but it's not wise to just open up like that. Because the objective is kind of not to kill civilians here. Hearts and minds and all that. So moving on. Having successfully not died to an IED. Here's another. Is it fake? Is it real? Yeah, that was a real one. I'm noticing that the delays on these IEDs are pretty pronounced. So, oh, coming under fire. Can I tell what area that's on from my map? Oh, it's right next to me. Wow. Well, let me just deal with this. But yeah, I think I might have to edit the IED script. So the delay is less pronounced. Oh god. Gotta get out of here. So I'm wounded now, which means I might bleed out. I'll show you the medical menu, actually. It's just the CSE mod. But you're not familiar with that. I can't bring it up right when I'm in a car. Oh no, I actually can. That's just not good, because now I stopped driving. It's also a little laggy. So, let's see. So you can see, oh, I'm wounded all over here. That's not good. It's not good at all. I'm not going to last long. So, using Mr. Cheaty McMappy here. Again, not good to actually run real games where you can see the guys like that, but for debugging it's valuable. Yeah, there's one of those cocksuckers. So we won't go down without a fight. That was some sort of rocket or mortar. It's kind of freaky. So I took fire from this area I'm looking in now. And as you can see, there's probably still one or two more guys marked on my map. Oh, there's another guy marked as around the corner. Let's see if we can go find him. Obviously, kind of indicates why you should not play with these markers on, because it really ruins the suspense. Yeah, you see he's right there. So there's no real way I should have known that that guy was there. But again, you know, just for kind of demoing the mission, it's fine. Oh. Close quarter combat with AI is not great. There's different AI mods that are working on improving it, but I've yet to find one that's really excellent. But if you kind of tweak with them yourselves, you can get some pretty good AI for it time to time. So you can see these are just cities here. Oh, so let's see if I can show you one of the supports. So this is a non-modded support system. So it basically works like this. Oh god. Where am I coming under fire from? Coming under fire from right that way. Again, you can see how cheap this icon locator is. It's literally how I don't die. The AI on this, I think I need to tweak a little because it's not as reactive as it should be. Basically, sometimes you dial down the AI because you don't want them, like, you know, headshotting you from a kilometer away, and then if you overdo it, you can get them kind of being retarded at the same time. Alright, so, show you the supports. First, I'll just call in a helicopter extract, see if I can get myself back to base, because I took no medical gear with me. But one of the reasons why I want to swap this out with a modded script is because the default support system that comes with the game I find doesn't work great. It's finicky. It's really easy for the AI just to fuck off and not help you. And it actually, there's not much input into it, right? Like, you're not actually putting in real map coordinates and saying, come pick me up here. You're just, you know, here's my cursor on the map, come to that point, which is how the rest of the support works. Like, see, I earlier have a guy flagged here, so I can just really do this, which is pretty lame. Call in my single bombing run on him. That's something else that just blew up. I'm not actually sure if the supports are even working right now. I'm looking into rescripting that part, because that part does not seem to work great. Yeah, like, it doesn't look like my support requests are actually getting registered. Pretty sure that got him. Yeah, so I think they're mortaring me, which is kind of funky. Um, or was that guy just being a shitty shot with the rocket launcher? Let's go find out. Let's use cheap third-person mode for a second. So, yeah, poor fuck is slow. You can see I gave him a moment there, but his accuracy is not great. I mean, part of that isn't horribly unrealistic, because they're just shooting off straight iron sights, and I've got to, like, I probably couldn't shoot that. Oh, and see there, I'm dead. But, you know, I probably couldn't shoot, well, at that distance I could hit someone with iron sights, but definitely, you know, having the scopes helps. Let's just snag a helicopter pilot and ooh, so this is no good. So one of the problems when you're playing you know, the co-op set for single player is the AI that's supposed to just occupy the playable slots, does stupid shit like, oh, I hear combat in the distance, I'll just run out in the middle of an exposed field as a helicopter pilot. So obviously if you're playing online that won't happen, and if you're playing dedicated single player you want to delete these units unless you want to play as one of them, so delete. Um, so just because I don't know why I keep turning my night vision on there, just for shits and giggles, because I have my admin actions enabled here. Let's just go, like, for example, check on that car. So that's pretty sure that's just civilians. It's not a suicide bomber, because if it was, it would have blown me up. Oh, but this is an enemy car, is it? Where is it? Or are these just civilians? So he claims. Um, but so far you can see that actually none of these civilians are even really doing fuck all. Oh, is that an IAD? Is that an IED? Who knows? Or is that an IED? Probably not. You can kind of tell the objects that look more out of place are the IEDs, which kind of ruins the fun, but you can go into the script and custom select, that might have been a dud, which objects will spawn as IEDs, so you can look up all the different objects that kind of look more in place in any given different map and sort of select which you do or don't want to use. So this is kind of where we were getting fired at when we first drove through the Humvee. Yeah, see, you can hear shooting. See, there's one of those little fuckers. Does he not see me? Yeah, their close quarter combat awareness isn't great. What would it take, basically? Like, because now he's looking fucking right at me. So this is the kind of shit that pisses me off, and I want to figure out how to, like, deal with modded. But, like, it took me running up to him, right? Like, obviously, I could have just fucking dealt with that. So that's the sort of thing I kind of want to deal with. In terms of AI mods or something like that, because I don't really like that type of performance. But, just kind of go back over there. And, oh, so like this is my little crewman. He's probably gonna get himself killed poking around. Alright, so you can see this guy here. So he hasn't noticed me. I wonder what set that off. That looks like an IED. So I wonder, did a fucking buddy just run over there and get himself blown up? Let's check it out. That guy on top of the roof didn't look like he spotted us. That's okay. That doesn't bug me if they don't actually see you. Because he looks like he's a little preoccupied, shooting down into the valley there. Then you got guys in this building. So this is what I don't like. This shit right here. Like, you see me. And, like, he's just slowly panning. Yeah. And it's that delay that makes them not good in close quarter combat. That delay's fine at a range, but up close, that doesn't work. I just want to get someone close here that I can kind of check out that IED that went off, because I just think it's kind of cool if that wandering crewman just, set it off. I'm pretty sure he did. That guy just spawned in right in front of me because when you do that teleporting shit, it doesn't let the scripts that spawn and despawn work very well because, well, teleporting. So let's avenge my old life. Both of my old lives. Is he on a balcony? No. He's probably just either left the building or is all the way at the very, very top. I don't have any frags, because what I would do is, instead of climbing up... Yeah, easy. Oh, I can probably get them from the rooftop, though. Yeah, see? Oh my god, those were terrible shots. You see how, like, the first 5 missed him? There's, like, a little traffic pile up over there. It's all sorts of civilians. See, they kind of come and check out the dead people. They're all like, oh, what happened here? Where am I announcing that they're soldiers? So, Right now, nothing happens if you gun down civilians. I've seen some scripts that claim that if you shoot enough civilians, they'll make civilians start, taking guns and shooting you. But I have yet to see those actually end up working. Um, so one of the little pilot knuckleheads down there. But you can kind of get a general feel for how there's ambient civilian life, there's enemies wandering around, there's mines on the road, and there's the rare suicide bomber. And not all combat you initiate. Some kind of it just happens on its own. Oh, like there's like a civilian driving along here. You can see that. So this is the checkpoint over there. You can see really well, right? So if you're like a Taliban sniper, oh, who the fuck is? I don't even know where I'm getting shot at from. But you can see how this is a good spot for, Taliban snipers. And down I go. That's the vast gist of it. I just feel kind of obligated to keep kind of playing around and seeing what interesting stuff I can drum up. I'm gonna go on a little helicopter ride and kind of see if we can stir some shit up that way. I'm not the best helicopter pilot, but I'm also not the worst. Ooh, I could also be an asshole and take a little hummingbird, which is like by killing my teammates, which is a nicer vehicle to ride. Oh, another thing that I need to kind of script out. It's a minor thing, and it's probably easy to fix. For some reason, whenever someone gets shot in too close of a vicinity of the base, like the helicopter pilots kind of panic and take off, and they just never come back down. I guess it would be okay if they're just going to do an ambient patrol. All right, let's. Hopefully, oh god, my unorthodox flying won't get me killed, and we can check out some other stuff. So if you look where we're flying, basically the map has three main areas. It has kind of the strip on the side here with the villages in the bottom. It has this massive green agricultural zone here where it's lots of just close courtyards and, oh my god, just to make sure I'm still flying. And, lots of close courtyards and, big, people high fields of plants, so low visibility. And then on the other side, you have this very heavy urban strip that's kind of deserty on the outskirts of it that has sort of high open visibility. So you got a checkpoint here, and you got another base there on that side. There are no bases in the mid zone. There are basically 4 bases on this map for Blue 4. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring us into one of these green zone villages because I just think it's kind of shows off more unique aspects of the map than the other part, and maybe we'll find something interesting. So I'm going to set us down here. I'm not a great helicopter pilot, so it's hard for me to land without using auto hover, which is kind of embarrassing, but whatever. I can land without it, just not very precisely. So I'm already coming under fire as I'm bringing the helicopter down. I don't even know if, it's very easy to get killed flying this helicopter. It's just thin sheet glass between you, and in some cases, like, no glass right there. So, using the Cheetah Moronic, you can kind of see where we were coming under fire from. So as you can see, in all areas, there's civilian life. Oh, so this is a suicide bomber right here. Okay, this is kind of